Let me back up a little bit. Hi, Stephen. Stephen must have been here. A seal. Hi, new here. Hi, Michelle Cole. Welcome. Thank you for making it. Just watched last Friday's today. Was very moved by it. How's everyone tonight? Thank you so much for being here, Michelle. And Spirit Within Tahoe, Sarah, welcome. Hello, Bravery. Glad I found this channel. I am about the 2nd year of my awakening, and then it has been quite rough. I have no family and all by myself. That's a very common story, so I'm glad you found us, Michelle. Welcome to the family. Stephen Rock. Hey, 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 much love and blessings, Soul Tribe. Fairy is amazing, Michelle. Thank you, Bravery. Hi, Brother Bear, Sarah. It was like last Friday. She was talking to me. Anxiety, suicidal thoughts over the past 2 years. I have no one to talk to. She seems like it. Well, I'm glad that you can find some community here at least and not feel so alone. You're not alone. Just know that you know, you can reach out to me on Instagram if you need somebody to talk to. All right. Awakenings can be rough. Stay grounded, Michelle. Yes, grounding really helps, especially when you're going through a lot of energy, and we're going to talk about that a little bit once I get caught up on the chat. But grounding really helps you keep you from feeling completely like fried or overwhelmed or super triggered. That's for sure. I was on a stump today, barefoot, just breathing. Had to get grounded. That's very good. Trying, but not even sure what that feels like. Just got out of an abusive marriage 2 years ago and have been alone since, which is good and bad. New beginnings are always hard, and getting out of cycles is always hard. Letting things go that weren't serving you is always hard. But that transition period, that liminal space in between, is beautiful breeding ground. That's where you start planting the seeds of what you want to experience when you get into the future, just like planting a garden. So think of this as you're tilling your soil right now, and you're picking what kind of seeds you want to plant in that garden and what kind of plants you want to see grow. And those plants are basically your wishes, your desires, your goals. Pardon me. I live in Montana. It's too cold outside for that. Yes. So there's other ways you can ground, and we'll go through a little bit of grounding visualization today when we start kind of talking about earth energy, root energy. Vikram, welcome. Hello, Angel. There she is. Very, very much love, brother. Nope, I am not shy. Good, I'm glad. Well, you've come to the right place. Sending love, love, love to everyone. I love the whole of everyone. All right, you guys, we've got 9 people in the chat. John Binney, I did a darkness clearing session with him recently, and so I'm going to edit some clips of that and talk about my experience, and I'll be sharing that soon. So you guys get to hear a little bit about that. If anybody's interested in doing a session with John Binney, this will give you kind of an idea of what to expect, although every session is different. It's the same with the people that I work with. Every person is going to be different, but maybe it'll give you guys a little bit of motivation to reach out and possibly get some energy healing if you feel guided. I have known Faye since before she went through her awakening. That is correct. So Sarah Reeves has known me since I was like 16. I think I was probably like 16 when I started working for your husband. Probably. Yeah, I might have been 15. No, I think I was 16. Yeah. So I think I was still in Central Oregon when I was 15. Deja Vu. I'm really bad with timelines, trying to figure out like what age I was or what time it was. So if you see me stumbling with that kind of stuff, I don't remember. Okay, Deja Vu, my oldest pupper is forcing every 20 minutes to the ground. Oh, making you take them on walks. I am learning who I am, and I know I need this time. Loved the meditation from last week. Awesome, and I think you'll like this week's. It's going to be a little bit similar, but we're going to focus more on explaining how the inner energy itself interacts with each chakra as we're kind of breathing it up and opening up the chakra, what energies are held within that space, and kind of how they interact with each other and with the body. So if you guys have questions, oh, thank you. So I made this, you guys. There it is. I have it on backwards. So this is Moldavite, and I'm gonna have some more pieces in the shop soon. And I was actually gonna put this one in the shop, but I don't know. I've been kind of drawn to it lately, so I decided to wear it because my other necklace is broken, so I just have it hanging here underneath. So I have to fix it. Oh, my crown. Yeah, that is Moldavite as well. I made that as well. So if you guys are interested in checking out my shop, Etsy, I don't have a lot in it right now, but I will soon. I also can do custom wrap orders if you have a specific type of crystal you want. I have some Moldavite more Moldavite that's going to be available. If you're looking to just buy the piece by itself, you can talk to me or Dorothy about that as well. So I'm collaborating with Dorothy on the Moldavite pieces. So let me know, you guys, if anybody's interested in Moldavite, and I can get you connected with that. All right. Beautiful. Okay. And I do make the crowns as well. I just don't have any in the shop right now, but if you have like one that you want, I can do custom orders for those. And for custom orders, I have to start taking down payments on those just because of things that have happened in the past where I've put a lot of time and effort into making something, and it ended up costing a lot more, you know, got some under my eye, a lot more than I got, because basically, you know, when you don't get paid for something you make and spend a lot of hours and then you send it out. So if you do want a custom order, just know ahead of time that I'm going to have to ask for a little bit of a deposit on it, and that's only just to ensure that, you know, you're going to follow through with the rest of the payment for whatever I'm going to make for you. And I hope you guys can understand that. I loved crystals and have tons myself, teaching myself to wire wrap. Perfect. Hey, I've only been wire wrapping for about 3 years, so I'm definitely a newbie. It just takes practice, and each piece that you make gets better and better. I have too many crystals, said no one ever. Yeah, I have a lot of crystals, and I still could like have many, many, many more. So speaking of crystals, let's talk about that first, as far as energy goes and how it works with the body. There's different crystals you can use to access different energetic frequencies if you need an extra boost for healing, if you know that you're working with a certain chakra or a certain type of energy that you need to, the crystal is aligned to, basically. So what I have in my hand right now is fluorite, and this is one of my favorite crystals because it's very universal. It works with all the chakras. This is rainbow fluorite, and it gives you a nice, really kind of vibraty, buzzy feeling. It's very cleansing, and it will also even cleanse your other crystals that it's nearby, because it has this ability to kind of draw in negative energy and just transform it into positive energy and pump it back out. So fluorite's a great beginner stone if you don't really know what to work with. You're brand new to crystals. The energy itself is very warm. It's very soothing. It's kind of buzzy. You might feel different parts of your body start to vibrate. I've been following you for a while, and you're just amazing. The first time I heard your name was from the podcast you did with Jay Allen and Britt on Invoking Witchcraft. Beautiful. So Jay Allen is actually my cousin. So I'm glad you found me over here, and that was such an awesome podcast, and I have gotten to meet so many of you amazing people because of it. So I'm still honored to this day to have been a guest on Invoking Witchcraft. And if anybody's interested in checking out the podcast, I'll link after the live is over in the program part, the information for that, as well as if you go to my community page, you can see, I believe it's on my community page, or maybe it's just in one of my shorts. I have links for their podcast as well, but I will try to make that more available for you guys if anybody's interested in checking it out. Moldavite, yes. In fact, mine went missing yesterday. A lot of times, so I had a piece of Moldavite that I still have, but it's so funny because it goes missing on such a regular basis that when it goes missing, I just know that eventually it's going to show up again because it always does. But it goes missing so often, it's almost like a joke when I can't find it again, and I'm like, oh, well, where did that piece go? Because it's not attached to anything. It's just a loose little piece, and it's, I think, only like a half a gram. It's a small little piece of Moldavite. But I always find it. I've had it for like 3 years. John, it will come back, brother. I see it coming back. Yeah, it maybe you just needed a break from it, John, a lot, because Moldavite's an extremely powerful stone. It has a lot of vibration to it. So when you're thinking of energy and how it interacts with the body, Moldavite has a very high frequency, a high energy. So it's going to amplify your energy, your frequency waves. So whatever you're feeling, whatever emotions you're having, whatever you're dealing with is going to be amplified. So if there are situations in your life that are out of balance, at a low vibration, or not in alignment with your highest good, it's going to get shaken up. And this is why some people are afraid of Moldavite, and they're like, ooh, it's going to ruin my life. No, it's only going to take away the parts of your life that are not in alignment with a higher vibration. Because if your body's pumping out this higher frequency, this higher vibration, anything that's attached to a lower frequency, a lower vibration, is going to be pushed away, kicked away, pushed away, until that can't be a part of your reality anymore. So whatever you were experiencing within your reality that was attached to that lower vibration is going to start disappearing from your reality as you start stepping into a higher vibrational experience, a higher timeline, a higher reality. And then from that, you're going to start seeing everything around you shift, everything around you change, the type of people that you interact with, the way that you interact with the people that you already know and known for even a really long time, the way that you talk, the way that you think, the way that you feel is all going to shift as your energy shifts, as your vibration shifts, as your frequency shifts. Love that. My Moldavite is quite big. I bought a piece about 10 years ago, but I need to get it verified. It's 27 grams and light colored Moldavite. Wow. There's Facebook groups, Michelle, that you can find. It's called like Moldavite, I think called Moldavite Real or Fake, where you can post pictures, and people who know how to tell you how to determine whether it's authentic or not can help you figure that out. Michelle is a Libyan desert glass. Libyan desert glass is like a golden color, and Moldavite's like a light green to dark green. It has varied colors. It can be anywhere from like a light green to a dark green. Nova! Hi! I use my Moldavite and other crystals during my meetings and my day job as I work from home. I pick one up depending on the advice or decision I need to make. They are so amazing. If you really need to be honest, Moldavite is great for that. It's really great for making you speak your truth as well as speaking from the heart. The thing about that I noticed with Moldavite more than anything is if there's something kind of weighing on you, it will be pushed to the surface. It will be pushed to the surface, pushed to the surface. But it's always going to be up to you to take that push and actually initiate whatever it is that needs to be changed. So if you're holding something back or hiding something or not saying something that you need to say, and you put on some Moldavite and you wear it for a while, that will be brought up and pushed right into the surface to the point where it's like where you almost like have to do it. You will feel compelled to do it. And this is why some people feel like, you know, it can be really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm struggling with words today. It can be very pushy. It can be a very pushy vibration, but only in a good way. So if you want things to change in your frequency and your reality really quickly, Moldavite's a good one for that. If you're not ready to let things go and make moves at a really rapid pace, I recommend starting off with a really small piece, or maybe trying something other than Moldavite. because there's a lot of other crystals that you can use. Moldavite's great for bringing really drastic, quick change in your life, moving into a higher vibration, but it's also good for if you're like trying to develop psychic abilities. So, but if you're trying to develop psychic abilities, you're also having to have a higher vibration. So anything in your environment, in your reality that's not suitable for that is just going to be it's going to start falling away simply through the work that you do as you raise your vibration, as you raise your frequency, as you start accessing your abilities, because abilities aren't as easily accessible at a lower vibration. If you raise your vibration, you go to those higher frequencies, then you can tap into your abilities a little bit more easily. And that actually reminds me, we're going to do next week's chat and meditation on psychic abilities. So I wanted to kind of lay the foundation of that today through what we're talking about today. So make sure if you guys have questions to put those in the chat, and I'll try to stay on top of it. Started following you today on Instagram, Nova, perfect. When I hold Moldavite, I feel the word change, like it will change my timeline, help me stand in my truth. Yes, it's very energetically aligned with your highest good, and your highest good is going to be more aligned with what is your truth, versus going into illusions and lower states. So if you really want to stand in your truth, stand in your power, and start feeling your energy more, because this stuff also, you feel it in your body. So your body, a lot of people will say they feel their body start to vibrate, they feel tingly, they feel lightheaded. It took me about a week to get used to it when I first started wearing Moldavite, because I constantly felt like kind of floaty and a little bit kind of whoo, you know, like I would walk down the hallway and it would almost like feel like you're walking sideways, and I'm like, I swear I haven't had anything to drink, but I feel like I've, you know, like had a shot or something, like, you know, that first, like when you just start to feel it, like that kind of that buzzy, vibrating feeling. I get that from the Moldavite. When going through an awakening, I recommend Labradorite. Labradorite, yeah. So I have actually a crystal from Sarah right on my table. So Sarah gave this to me in Christmas before last, and this is Moldavite Palm Stone. And I actually like to keep this one under my pillow because it makes my dreams more vivid. I was trying to get it to flash. It has a really pretty flash, but it's not the right kind of lighting in here. Okay. Peace, sis, Tales of the Chrysalis. Welcome. I love that name. Tales of the Chrysalis. Michelle, cool. I do dream interpretation. If you have dreams, I would like to practice my dream interpretation from your dreams. Nova's a friggin' pro at dream interpretation. And if you guys are on Ibble, or you want to get on Ibble, there's a dream thread that me and Brett and a couple other people, Brenden from School Babylon, I have his channel thing. We talked about it on the Conscious Creators group. So I actually have that linked in the information as well, because I figured I probably was going to end up bringing that up at some point tonight. So if you guys are interested in checking out Ibble, there's a link for the Conscious Creators circle in the information. Check that out. Brenden links like all the information that you need, and I think he even has a special link that you can referral link or something like that you can use. Bravery has Shungite from Fairy. Yes, I made him. Bravery actually has, I think, one of the second or third Shungite pendants I ever made ever. So it's like definitely one of my first pieces. Moldavite, Sintamani, Libyan, Desert Glass, Tektite, and Meteorites are all abso-freaking-lutely amazing in their own ways. Yes. Have you tried Space Rock? What is Space Rock? Interesting. I'll have to look that up. It's Katrina. Oh, Katrina from the alchemy class. Correct? Am I correct? I don't know if how I am feeling energy. Okay, Nova. I just started dreaming as I put amethyst and labby next to my bed. Michelle, one of the first things when you start feeling energy is you start noticing like a slight tingling or a slight vibration in your body or a slight warmth, or sometimes it's even a slight cooling sensation. But it's a sensation that you can't really describe. It's like, whoa, where is that coming from? It's interesting. You're feeling energy. And so if you become familiar with where your chakras are in the body and you notice like your root chakra and you feel like kind of like that whirring sensation, almost like a motor turning on, or like, you know, a slight vibration, you're like, ooh, you can feel that. That's your root chakra, you know, turning on, expanding, like whirring. You feel the vibration of it. And one of the things when you start becoming very familiar with your energy centers and you start working with them on a regular basis, you can literally talk to your chakras and turn them on. Like you can with your mind, you don't even have to use your words, tell your root chakra open and expand, and literally you'll feel it begin to open, almost like a balloon inflating. Greetings, John. Yep, I did Brett's dream. Yes, Nova did Brett's dream interpretation on Ibble. And I think it's all public, so I think you guys can listen to it if you're interested in it. Yeah, perfect. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Long time. I mean, like the energy from a rock, one from space, I wonder its effects. Oh, like tektites? Totally. So they're just I've noticed that every crystals, because I feel the vibrations of the crystals, and I've noticed that each one of them are different. The one thing I've noticed about the Moldavite, I haven't had any other tektites, but the thing I've noticed about the Moldavite that's different than the other ones is it's got this like kind of this whole body buzz that I get from it. That I get that a little bit when I do the fluorite or the selenite, but it's not like the Moldavite is a lot more intense. I have been so tuned into my crystal family lately, more than usual. They've been speaking very clearly. And that's something you can start to do when you start to learn the language of energy and how to communicate with energy. Is you can communicate with crystals, you can communicate with the frequencies that are in your space, in your environment. There are a lot of different ways to communicate with the consciousness of crystals. And some people can use their actual psychic abilities of claircognizance or clairaudience and be able to hear or know things by holding the crystal. And then there's one of the ways that I communicate with them is I use a combination of my clairvoyance and claircognizance. I close my eyes and I kind of tune into the colors. What colors am I seeing? What vibration, where am I feeling it in my body? So I take whatever colors I'm seeing and whatever I'm feeling in my body, and I put that together. So if I'm seeing the color red and I'm feeling it in my heart, I'm like, okay, so this is telling me something about, maybe, a love or a passion or something that has to do with the heart and love and expressing love, but also the root. So this could be foundational energy. So this could be parental energy or creation energy. And it depends on what you're trying to get from them. So usually I just try to figure out like what frequencies am I feeling, where am I feeling it in my body, what colors am I seeing, and then I start kind of tuning into what am I picking up on, any emotions, am I feeling any emotions, is there an emotional connection to the crystal that I'm holding in my hand. And then once you kind of have that base foundation, if you want to listen to your thoughts, you can sometimes hear a story. And that is a way of communication and a way to gain information. But you have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to let go of the resistance. A lot of people will have to practice this. It's not something you can just sit down and do on the first try. You have to practice letting go of controlling the thoughts that are coming in your mind and listen to what's being told to you through your thoughts. One of the ways that you can get communication is simply through what you hear inside your mind but you have to be able to like listen and not defeat yourself. Oh, that's just my imagination. Oh, that's just my imagination. Oh, I'm just making that up. Mold, it's from Space Nova. Yes, very different energy. Jackie Fox 333, welcome. I've been so tuned. Oh, I read that. I have a awesome like-minded counselor, and she tested me and my chakras on Monday. Root was blocked. So if you have root chakra blockages, that could be connected to the energy of fear, shame, guilt, feeling unstable, feeling ungrounded, not feeling safe in your environment, not feeling like you have roots or a foundation that you can build upon. Me too. Long time. Charlotte's beautiful. How did you clear it? I had some crystals when I was super young. I remember I lost a tiger's eye. I love tiger's eye. So tiger's eye works with the solar plexus. So if you have issues with confidence, self-confidence, self-esteem, trouble following your intuition, tiger's eye is great for that. It's also if you're trying to manifest money or abundance, or just kind of fill yourself with kind of like a sense of warmth or soothing. It's also anti-inflammatory, so if you have inflammation in the body, wearing tiger's eye can help with that. Moldavite can add positive and negative. Must discern your own energy. It will amplify. Yes, so when you have a lot of negative energy in your body, your mind, or your environment, the Moldavite will push it out. So you will be forced to let go of things and have to change habits, behaviors, the way that you eat, the way that you treat yourself, how much sleep you get. All of these things are affected by it. My sister has a male calico cat, rare 1 in 500. Females are typically calicos. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've definitely heard that. And on the topic of sleep and Moldavite, if you're not familiar with Moldavite, I don't recommend sleeping with it in the beginning. Maybe warm up to it first and then sleep with it, because it could give you, if you have a lot of shadow work to deal with, you could have to do some of that in dream state. So it could cause really vivid or even nightmarish dreams. And if you're not ready to do that kind of shadow work, then I don't recommend sleeping with the Moldavite. Michelle, I am sure many people in the chat, including Fairy, can help you unblock your root chakra. Yes. So we'll do a little bit of clearing and alignment through all of the chakras today when we do the meditation. So you guys, everybody can get a little bit of a nice clearing. Obviously, we don't have enough time to do really in-depth on each one. That would take hours. I mean, I've literally spent up to 5 hours before doing an alignment. So just keep that in mind. We'll go through and we'll do a quick clearing, opening, expanding, alignment, kind of try to bring things into like a balance and a flow so you can start working through the process. And you can always come back and watch the replay and get clearing each day until you feel yourself opening up more and more. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and I'll timestamp the meditation for you guys after this is over, so that anybody who wants to come back and do the meditation, the energy clearing, can come back to that anytime you need. Certain stones can help you quiet the mind. Yes, calcite's a good one for that. Magnesite is a good one for that. Quartz is great for everything. Amethyst. Lavender is good for that though too, but it's not a stone. What else clears the mind? I'm trying to think. Fluorite is good for that too. I feel like when I get really anxious, fluorite really helps a lot if you have a lot of anxiety. So those of you that deal with anxiety, or I get anxious before a live stream. That's actually why I had this in my hand, because my heart was racing and I still had 10 minutes and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I sat down and like did some breathing and held my crystal for a while and kind of like slowed my heart rate down a little bit. Yeah. I bought a tongue drum. The brand name was called Nova Drum. It was a good sign. I was looking for one at a good price. Perfect. It says Nova on the drum. That's awesome. Tiger's eye, may it return to you. Get a red jasper to help with the grounding block. Yes. concert. That's so awesome, Nova. Yes, I had an awesome encounter with a relic axe head about 700 years old. Major download meteoric iron found in a Siberian bog. That sounds awesome. That's so rad. Thank you for deleting that, Nova Nova. I did that meditation from last week just today. Lepidolite. Lepidolite's great for anxiety as well. So lepidolite actually has a natural source of lithium. So if you can wear it close to your skin, it has a calming effect on the body, and not in a way where you can get like lithium poisoning or feel like you're drugged or anything like that. It's just naturally calming. And so you can get lepidolite bracelets. I actually have one, come to think of it. I'm not wearing any of my bracelets right now because I had them on the selenite plate charging. So this is lepidolite. This is from Nancy, Chakra Bunny, if she's in the chat. Shout out. She got this for me for my birthday. And she got me a few other things. And I was dealing with some really, really intense depression around that time. I had just gotten over being sick for a month. I was trying to pull myself out of the hole. And so she got me this beautiful aura rose quartz and this lepidolite bracelet and this cute little card. Oh my gosh, I wish I had it out with me so I could show you guys. I'll have to show you guys in another chat. I relocated a raw piece of tiger's eye just today. Perfect. What a beautiful synchronicity. I completed over a 1-year daily meditation practice. That's a beautiful achievement. Congratulations. And you know what? Your body, your mind, and your soul thanks you for that. Honestly, so I've seen how I am when I don't meditate regularly, and I see how I am when I actually take the time, even if it's just 10 minutes to meditate, and I'm so different. My energy is so much less scattered, and I can see more easily. My vision doesn't feel like it's as hard to get to. It's one thing that I've struggled more than anything as a clairvoyant is the ups and downs with my visions. Sometimes they're just like nonstop, and then like so much that I can't even sleep at night because every time I close my eyes I feel like I'm going on an when and then sometimes it's like I'll go months and I don't see a thing, and it's really frustrating. So when I meditate regularly, I don't have as many of those downs, and if I do, they're a little bit less frustrating because I just figured this is time to not go exploring. This is time to spend, having a chat with your higher self, maybe. I ordered a love tarot reading from Chakra Bunny earlier this month. She's great. Yes, she is. And I'll have to link her thing in the chat. So if you guys are interested in getting a love reading from her. She specializes in love readings. I do them, but I wouldn't say I specialize them. I definitely specialize more in like integration readings. Most of my readings are in alignment with what do you need to do in order to accomplish this or understand this, or this is, what you need to know about yourself moving forward. Yes, I love my lepidolite. I have every crystal mentioned so far. I know quite a bit about them. It's just learning to feel. I'm just starting to meditate. And you'll start learning to feel. Michelle, next time you hold one of your crystals in your hand, I want you to focus on the feeling of your hand as you have that crystal in your hand. I want you to, just like I have this crystal in my hand, and you can even hold it up to your chest, or you can just hold it in your hand, whatever is easiest. But I want you to focus on the actual feeling of your hand. I want you to notice if you feel any tingling sensations. I want you to notice if you feel any vibration. I want you to notice if you feel any warmth or coolness. And I want you to notice if you have any different sensations that aren't like what your hand typically feels like. And that is your first step to learning to feel energy, especially from a crystal. And when it comes to feeling energy in your body, one of the ways that you can do that is with your hands. So you'll see me do this a lot. I rub my hands together. This is how I warm them up. But if you want to like check your heart chakra and see how it's doing, you can hold your hands just kind of over your heart chakra. You don't have to touch your body. I usually touch my body. And you just take some nice deep breaths. So I'm feeling my heart, and I'm asking my heart to show me like what it looks like. How is it feeling? And so what I do is I close my eyes and I look at what colors are inside my heart. And so if I'm seeing like orange and red, I'm like, why am I holding these kind of dense orange and red colors in my heart? And I'm like, well, I must be holding on to some energy that's, connected to my creative expression or even my sexuality, and possibly even some shame or fear or guilt. And it could even be connected to a relationship or somebody that I had a relationship with, and I'm holding that in my heart. And that's one of the ways that you can learn to communicate with your own body and with your energy. And not everybody is going to see colors like I do when they close your eyes, but you can imagine, what colors would you see if you could imagine a color? If you could close your eyes and put your hands over your heart and see any color right now, what color would that be? And go with that color. If you could close your eyes right now and imagine if there would be any other colors along with that one color that you first thought of, what color would that be? And then ask yourself, why am I seeing these two colors? And do I feel like these colors are representing something heavy, something dense, or if they're representing something light? Do I feel like it's taking up space, or do I feel like it's offering something for me? And you have to be willing to ask yourself these questions if you want to start moving the energy around in your body. You have to become familiar with what that is. And that's something that takes practice. That's something that takes, doing it every day, becoming familiar with what your body feels like at a baseline frequency before you do any kind of energy work or talk to your chakras. And then what it feels like when you say like, hey, root chakra, open. And then pay attention to what that feels like as it's opening. I have a beautiful piece of dendritic opal from Chakra Bunny. Super grateful. Oh, I bet it's beautiful. She makes some gorgeous jewelry, you guys. Chakra Bunny is amazing. Highly recommend. What color are you going to dye your hair next? So I was thinking about maybe doing turquoise and pink. I'm not sure. Right now it's pink and red. So I haven't figured that out yet. I keep going back and forth between pink and purple, turquoise and pink, or pink and neon green. Red and black. So I did red and black for like 15 years. I started dyeing my hair when I was like 12, and it was always red or red and black. I dyed my hair all the way black one time, and it was the worst mistake I ever made. I looked so pale. I was like, how did I become brown? Or how did I go from being brown to becoming completely white just by changing my hair color? I don't know how that works, but it happened. I went super pale, and I was like, I'm never dyeing my hair black again, and I never have. It helps to meditate with the stone to feel the energy. Then when not in meditation, you can grab the stone and feel the energy from it. Yes. Good advice. Holding a rainbow fluorite tower felt like I started breathing faster and heartbeat faster. You could be that could be your body, one of the ways that your body is reacting. I'm struggling to talk today, guys. That could be one of the ways that your body is reacting to the vibrations of that crystal, because you guys, everything has frequency and vibration. Everything holds a frequency and a vibration. So becoming attuned to the different frequency and vibrations within your environment will help you also know like how to use things within your environment to help you energetically. They have that thing called Feng Shui. So if you are very in tune with plants or communicating with your house, because your house has consciousness, you spend a lot of time imprinting energy all around your house, so it develops, basically programming around those imprints. That's why a lot of spiritual people will, have connections to their house or do house blessings. Sarah actually does house blessings, come to think of it, so that you can develop a relationship and a connection with the place that basically is your home, your comfort. And when you give to your home gives back to you. It offers you protection. Protects you from, energies that could be penetrating you from outside, people driving by, people walking by, somebody in a bad mood walks by your house. Instead of your house absorbing that energy, allowing you to allowing you to transmute or transfigure that energy so it doesn't affect the inside of that household. I had an organite pyramid, but my kitty knocked it out. Oh no. Love red and black. Indigo, yes. Welcome, Christy Faulkner. I dyed mine purple and teal once. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Hey all, Portal to Ascension. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here, Neil. So I actually, I've been being a freaking artist and taking forever. I haven't finished our song yet, but it's gonna be awesome. I'm such a perfectionist that I haven't done it yet, and I haven't really had a chance in the last few days to work on it, so that's it too. But it's going to happen soon, I promise you. Thank you for showing up to the chat today. I have been drawn to ametrine lately. It seems to clear my mind. My favorite crystals to meditate with are danbarite and hiddenite. Oh, crystals are my life. Oh, me too. Oh my god, I could talk about crystals all day. My hair is purple, pink, and magenta right now. You should take a picture and post it on Insta for us. So you guys, if anybody's interested in checking out Portal to Ascension's channel, his information is actually in my box, like the info box. If you just go to the description box, the link is there and you can follow his channel. He's got mad awesome stuff on there, guys. If you want to get deep into the world of esoterics, definitely check it out. I learned from a dream that I have the ability to do spirit rescue. That's awesome. I love that. I would love to hear more about that. Yes, I do house and business blessings along with many other things. You're welcome, Christy. Am I late? Not too late, Toto. We're going to start the meditation here soon, though, in like 10 minutes or so. 5-10 minutes. You guys cool with that? Because we're already 40 minutes in and I haven't done the meditation yet. So if you guys are ready to do a meditation in 5-10 minutes, we can do that, or otherwise we can keep chatting. That's up to you. Thank you, John Binney, for putting his channel in the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I am grateful you are even doing it and creating the music. I'm so excited for it. Me too. It's gonna be awesome. Ready? Perfect. Okay, and if you guys need to grab anything before it starts, we'll go ahead and get it started here soon. Any crystals or anything that you want before the meditation gets started. We got 17 people in the chat, so we got a good group of people to get started. And I'm just grounding myself a little bit. And one of the ways that I help ground my energy, and this is something that you guys can do too, before I do any kind of meditation or anything, or if I'm feeling nervous or stressed out, is I will take a deep breath. And as I'm breathing in, I visualize the energy coming all the way up from the base of my spine, moving all the way up to the top of my head. And then I just hold it there for just a minute. And when I breathe out, when I release the breath, I let go of that tension, that anxiety, that stress, as if I was pushing it out on the breath. So I'll just... And if I'm feeling any tension or tightness in my back or my shoulders, I'll actually use, like, as I'm pushing my breath out, and I'll push my shoulders kind of down, and as I'm pushing the breath out, and it actually kind of pushes some of that tension from the middle of your shoulders down and out as you're breathing out. So if you breathe in, and then just hold it for a minute, and then all the way down. I'm very familiar with that kind of energy work. Perfect. John, can you send me the link on Instagram for his channel? Yes, that would be awesome if you can do that. Enjoying the chat, but ready. Perfect. And we'll chat some more as well after, Jacqueline. We won't make it too long. Conscious Evolution and Tree Hugger Dave Mahoney. Long time no see. How are you? Hello, soul family. If people really want to boost the crystal meditation, sit next to a tree and ask it to hold your sacred space, and it will offer assistance in the crystal transmission. And you know what? You're absolutely right, Dave. Trees are powerful, powerful things to be near when you're meditating or doing any kind of spiritual communication, because it's really, really important that you're grounded when you do that kind of work. so that there isn't interference or distortion in any kind of messages that come through. So being very, very grounded and having that sacred space that the tree offers for you energetically, as well as in the physical, being physically, you know, close to that tree, its energy, its field, its energy field, and kind of that magnetic pulling down as you're being kind of anchored into the earth. Yes. Dave, Dana. Oh, Dana. Conscious evolution. All right, so let's go ahead and start taking a couple more nice deep breaths. We'll get our bodies relaxed. We'll get ready to do the meditation. I'll leave another few moments for anybody to throw anything into the chat before we get started, because usually once I get going, I can't stay. If I stop talking and answer the chat, I'll completely lose my train of thought and I'll forget everything that I was saying and I'll just be like, eh. So I try not to look at the chat when I'm doing the meditations because I do get distracted very easily. My ears are ringing. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Breathe in deeply. Breathing in deeply and relaxing into your whole body. Relaxing just a little bit more with each breath. Allow your whole body to feel more and more relaxed as you breathe in deeply. And as you breathe in deeply, I want you to imagine that you're breathing light into the body. Imagine that that light is pushing out anything dense or heavy on the out breath. And as you breathe in deeply, allowing your body to fill with more and more light, I want you to allow that light to fill every bone, every cell, every fiber of your being. As you allow that light to fill every part of you, I want you to allow that light to begin radiating outwards, surrounding your entire body in a bubble. An impenetrable shield of protection surrounding your entire body. Breathing in deeply now and allowing that shield, that bubble, to become as big and as strong as you need. Now breathe in deeply and bring your awareness right to the very base of your spine, allowing the base of your spine to begin opening and expanding as the root chakra opens and expands. The energy right there at the very base of your spine, and you can even just focus on what it feels like right there. You're noticing if you have any tension in the base of your spine. Are you noticing any warmth or coolness? Are you noticing any tightness? What are you feeling right now in the base of your spine? And if you're unable to describe what you're feeling, allow yourself to just become aware that that feeling is not something that you usually feel. Or perhaps if you can't feel anything at all, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to focus on the base of your spine, and I want you to just imagine what it would feel like if you had a slight tingling or vibration sensation. If you could just imagine inside your mind what it would feel like, you may begin feeling that tingling sensation. You may even start feeling a slight vibration or warmth. Kurisiti sietash arasa anatash nuku orisi a Ikiasete siatash arasa. Pay attention to different sensations that you feel as the light language is coming through. Do you notice if you're feeling it in your body in any particular places? Kurisitis yatash arasa nukurisitis ana asiatesh irisiti nuku mutis yatesh arasia netisiti nukurisitia nuku a siatesi nukurisia. Urisi a netis tash aresia nuku orisitias kia erasa. This is helping you let go of fear connected to moving forward with your intuitive guidance. So you may feel nudges or pulls in a certain direction. This could be leaving jobs, relationships, living situations, towns, moving entirely, but you might be feeling nudges or pulls, but there's a sense of fear or even shame or guilt because there could be codependencies or dependencies that are holding you or keeping you stuck or making you feel trapped or creating this illusion of being trapped. Maybe you aren't actually stuck, you aren't actually trapped, you're just convincing yourself that you can't leave. So there's some fear there, or maybe there's some guilt there that, you know, if you leave, something might happen or something might fall apart, or there's people that might depend on you. You're needing to let go of that energy. You're needing to, you're needing to allow yourself to follow those intuitive nudges and those guidances. Otherwise, you're going to continue repeating the same cycle, the same pattern over and over and over again. If you want to live a life of abundance, you have to have the courage and the strength to move forward when those pulls draw you to that abundance. When the opportunities wanting to knock, you have to be willing to open that door. Sitisia no dice corisitisia tash resia no irisitia satash. If you have a lot of issues with the root chakra staying blocked, you need to look at where your fear is and why are you afraid to move forward with something? Why are you afraid to face your fear? What must you do to challenge yourself to overcome that fear? And is this, because I'm not saying like go jump off from something really high or do something really dangerous if you have a fear of heights, but use common sense. But you may need to face your fears, you guys, if you want to heal that part of yourself. You may need to do some things that you don't want to do. You may be afraid to do it because you want to stay in your comfort zone. You want to stay where it's familiar. You don't want to take that foot and step it outside of that circle, get out of that box. Try to be innovative, creative, do something that nobody else does. It's okay to be different. That's part of what makes you you. So this is kind of helping bring the energies into a balancing flow. My shoulder's popping. Apologies for that, guys. I'm seeing like a spiraling of energy coming down into the crown chakra as the crown chakra opens like a blossoming flower in the center of that flower is like a whirlwind, almost like a galaxy. It looks like this spiral of light. Siatesh aresiates irikia nukuorisia ne a kuorisitia se ersi nukuosa a kia se no ia siashe a tos kie nukuorisitia se a resia. A lot of you guys are dealing with betrayal. I feel like I have a knife on my back. It hurts. It's literally like feeling like you got stabbed in the back. And some of you guys are really holding on to this betrayal, letting it penetrate you deeply, letting it continue to wound you, letting that wound bleed all over you, letting it drain your energy. This is very painful. I feel it in the heart, you know. It may be difficult to let go of that pain because you could have felt like you deserved closure, you needed something, but you can't get it, so it may be hard to let go, but you have to let go, you guys. I want you all to just imagine this beautiful emerald green fire burning in the very center of your chest. Emerald green flames. And you can maybe even just start out a little bit small at first, but I want you to see that fire growing, becoming beautiful, bright neon, roaring. You may even begin to feel the warmth in your chest. Feel it purify, cleanse, and clear any wounds, any residual energy that's still hanging around, any cords, any hooks, any ties to another individual that is not serving you, draining your energy. Let that fire burn that cord off your body. Release it from yourself. Allow yourself to heal. It's okay to let go. You don't need to keep holding on to that wound, that pain. I want you all to take a nice deep breath, and I'm just going to we're going to move through each chakra. We'll spend, just a few minutes breathing the energy up through each chakra. I want you to bring your awareness back down to the base of your spine. I want you to breathe in deeply. And as you're breathing in, I want you to focus that breath into the base of your spine. And as you're breathing in, I want you to feel the base of your spine expanding like a balloon. You may feel some tightness, some denseness in the lower back as you're doing this. I want you to do this one more time with me. And I want you to push out that tightness and that tense on the out breath. Breathe in. Release. Now breathe up just a little bit as if you were breathing that breath up into your belly button. Allowing the sacral chakra to open, imagining like a balloon filling right behind your belly button as you breathe in. Same as before, breathe in, hold it for just a moment, and then push out anything dense that you're feeling on the out breath. Breathe in. Okay, one more time. Breathe in. And give yourself love for the healing work that you're doing right now. Now I want you to breathe that breath up into right below your rib cage, right in the center of your belly. Breathe that breath up like a balloon, expanding that solar plexus. Hold it for just a moment and then just push out anything dense on the out breath. One more nice deep breath. Breathe in like a balloon expanding. And then just push out anything heavy or dense on the out breath. Now I want you to breathe that breath up into the heart. Breathe in, same breath technique. Breathe it in, hold it for a moment. Push out anything dense on the out breath, and we're going to do it twice. So breathe that breath all the way up into that heart. Release. Breathe that breath all the way up into the heart. Release. Now we're going to come all the way up into the throat, and I want you to breathe breath all the way up into the throat. And release. Breathe the breath all the way up into the throat. And release. Now we're going to do the third eye. I want you to breathe that breath all the way up into the third eye. And release. Breathe that breath all the way up into the third eye. And release. Now breathe that breath all the way up to the very top of your head, as if you were almost like you were at a carnival and you're taking the hammer down and you're putting that little bell at the very top. You want to hit that bell. Breathe that air all the way up to the very top of your head. One last time, all the way up to the top of your head. And release. Now, allow yourself to start feeling what your body feels like. Do you feel fuzzy? Do you feel light? Do you feel maybe a little dizzy? Do you feel any tingling or vibrations anywhere in your body? Do you feel any energies in the room? Almost as if somebody was standing nearby, or you can feel a draft shifting around. Now I want you to imagine, and you can close your eyes for this part if you'd like. I want you to imagine, as your eyes are closed, or if you want your eyes closed open, that's fine, but I want you to imagine if you could see any color swirling around you right now, like a tornado of color. What color would that be? And just remember what that color is, and I want you to put that color in the chat once this meditation is over. Okay? And imagine yourself surrounded with that color now, like a whirlwind, surrounding your entire body with that color. Right now mine is purple. Purple surrounding my entire body like a whirlwind. Like I'm in the center of a tornado of purple. And it's so beautiful and so bright. And it feels healing and cleansing. And as you're imagining this color surrounding your entire body, I want you to notice if you feel like that color would change or shift in any way, if the direction would change, if the speed would change in any way as I'm speaking the light language. I want you to notice if you have any changes in what you're seeing or what you're sensing or what you're feeling as you hear the words, the sounds, the frequencies. Kurisidias atash arasa risitias. Nuku o risia. Nuku o asa ana sietes yatasha niti sietes nuku o risitias atash So natash ya risitias atash arasia. Kurisia tesh, kura nutishitisia tash arisia, nu irisi, kiase, nu kuorisia, nu mutis. Now I want you all to take a nice deep breath. Notice if that color is shifted around your body. Notice if the direction has changed. Notice if you're feeling the vibration or tingling sensation anywhere else in your body, if that's changed. Notice if you're feeling any warmth. Notice if you're feeling any coolness. Noticing if your head feels light or fuzzy, or if you feel light or fuzzy anywhere on the body, or if you feel heavy or loose even. Now I want you all to take one more nice deep breath and really tune into your body, the feeling of your body. What does it feel like as you're breathing in? Do you notice if the sensations shift in your body as you breathe in and then breathe out? Do you notice if the colors change when you breathe in and breathe out? Or would they change if you could change them as you breathe in and breathe out? And what colors would you change them to if you could? And one last thing before we close out this meditation. I want you to picture inside your mind an object. Any object. Any random object. This could be an object you've seen before, an object you know of, an object you create using your imagination. But I want you to picture that object right now. I want you to picture as if that object was either you were holding it in your hands or it was standing in front of you. I want you to imagine what the texture of that object would feel like if you could touch it. I want you to ask yourself if that object would have a smell to it. If so, what would that smell like? Or even a taste? Would it have a sound or vibration to it? Would it be solid? Would it be soft? Or would it be rough? Now I want you to remember what this object is. And I want you to leave it in the chat after you, after you allow yourself to begin coming back into your body, feeling yourself coming all the way back down, feeling yourself, feeling the room, noticing the room around you. If your eyes are closed, you can begin opening your eyes, allowing the eyes to flutter till you fully open and awaken those eyes. Feeling the space around you, the room around you. Everything's a little bit blurry still. And when you guys have come back to, I want you to go ahead and put your, what you saw, your object in the chat. And if you can remember what the color of your whirlwind was, I want you to put that in the chat as well. It does work so amazingly. So many messages coming through. I will message you after. Perfect. Thank you. I would love to hear from you. Not on, if you're on Instagram, can you message me on that? I mean, because I really don't check Facebook very often. I'm just going to be honest with you about that. So if you're on Instagram, if not, send me an email and I'll email you my phone number and you can just text with me. Thank you, Bunny, for deleting that, and you're not late. You're just on time, and you can always go back and redo the meditation anytime you need. It was a beautiful meditation. Thank you. I have to leave, but have a great night, everyone. I'm glad I caught the tail end of this one. I'm glad you did, too. We were talking about you earlier, so we must have summoned you. Blowing bubbles over here. Bubbles. Bubbles. That way, love, Bunny and Sarah. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And purple crystal ball. Beautiful. Purple Merkaba. I love that. I wonder if any of you guys could guess what I saw. I'll let you all guess in the chat what I saw once you put yours in. If you guys want to guess what my object was, I'll let you guys guess and then I'll tell you. My color started as a red flame that then turned yellow, then focused on my solar plexus and turned white. My object was an astral sword. It was Excalibur. Ooh. Too bad Morgana didn't make it here. She has had a vision before connected to swords. You should talk to her about that. The sword, and I think she called it Mamba. The sword was Mamba. I saw bright green at first swirling around, then it changed to purple. My object was a rose. That's beautiful, Christy. Thank you for sharing. Instagram. Yes, perfect. Had a hard time picturing the whirlwind, but color was purple and then green. Object was orange triangle. That's great. So we had 2 people with green and purple. That's incredible. Love and appreciate you as well that way. My object was the optical calcite wand I was holding, and my color was pink mist. Oh, that's beautiful. Your object was a crystal heart. Oh, good one. No, but I'm completely speechless and quite emotional right now. You were speaking directly to me. I mean, I've never felt anything like that before, Jacqueline. I'm so glad you found us, and you were divinely directed and guided here. I'm glad you were able to stay for the meditation. Fairy, a purple diamond. No. So I'll give you guys a clue. You can hold it in your hand. Tingles, but think my feet were just falling asleep. I always sit cross-legged on the floor. Thank you. I held the Fluorite tower and heart beat fast. Beautiful. So some of that might have been your feet falling asleep, but I think especially if you were holding the Fluorite, some of that was also the energy. So if you have problems with your feet falling asleep when you sit cross-legged, you can put your feet up on top of your legs, so there's like you can shift your position. You can't see me over here. I can't do it right now. But like if you sit cross-legged, and then instead of having your ankles down on the ground, put them up on the top of your legs. That helps a little bit. Also, sometimes I sit in like I forget what pose they call it, but when your knees are down and you're just kind of like sitting on top of your legs, that helps sometimes too. Colors around me was violet, and a blue object was opalescent Merkaba. Awesome. I guess your object is an orange pyramid. No. I'll give you guys the color. It's silver, and you can hold it in your hand, and you can see in it. That was a big clue. So if you guys don't get it after that one. Pain in the middle of my back, the faint breeze. My color was purple, then brownish orange color. My object was some kind of spear. That's awesome. Same with me, betrayal. Definitely. I did put them flat on the floor in front of me. Mirror! You got it. It's a silver mirror. So like one of those super old-timey ones that the ladies use. And they brush their hair with a mirror. Yeah. Crystal ring. Beautiful. Yeah, Michelle got it. It's a silver mirror. Well, she said mirror, but that was pretty close. Yeah. So my object was a mirror. And my color was purple. Oh, I feel very good after that meditation. That was a good one. So, lightheaded and crying, very emotional, beautiful. That means you were releasing that energy, which is good because it's no longer stuck in your body. So crying is a very powerful way to get energy out of the body. And I just noticed I have something on my shirt. So sorry about that, guys. I have kids. Yeah. You're welcome, John Vinny. Yeah, so let yourself cry, you guys. If you're doing energy healing or clearing on yourself and you feel like you need to cry, then please let that energy out of your body through those tears. Thank you, John Binney. Chrism Fairy Oil. I have some of that as well. I actually put some on before the live. I did the spray. So this one I made actually special. It has rose petals in it. It's kind of, the rose petals were red when I put them in, but the alcohol soaked it in. and some other ingredients. I use it for energy clearing. It's my witchy spray. When I looked at the thing, it was 11444 on the timestamp. I guess you're working on your self-love. I am. Sarah, you have no idea. It's been a journey, but it's been a good one. You can only run from your own shadow for so long before it catches you. And then you find yourself sitting at rock bottom, wondering what the hell happened. But I took my rock bottom and I created a new reality out of that, and I'm working towards aligning with that new reality. So I am still in that liminal stage of healing, but I am no longer in the old timeline that I was prior to my break, prior to being broken, prior to my rock bottom. That put me exactly where I needed to be, so I'm really grateful for it. Thank you for your meditations, advice, and sharing your knowledge. It is very much appreciated. Much love to you. Much love to you as well, Christy. V. Lulu, love, grace, and gratitude for you all, for you and us all. Beautiful. Thank you for being here, V. Lulu. New name. Yes, let the tears out. Very important. I agree that way. So grateful, Fairy. You are amazing. Thank you, Stephen. Thanks, Fairy. You're welcome, Nova. We'll schedule that Reiki session, Faye. It will help. Yes. I just didn't want to do it that day because I just got out of session with John and I was so... I just had cried for 2 hours straight. Like, my session with John, you guys, was no joke. I literally cried for 2 hours straight, you guys. But it was needed. I was holding a lot of emotions that were just trapped inside my body and creating a lot of pain that was unnecessary. I had, some deep wounds that needed healing. And I can't wait to share that with you all. And, John Benny, if you have, any links or anything you want to throw in the chat, I'm pretty sure you're a moderator, right? Are you a moderator? Yeah, you are. So you can put links in the chat if people want to book sessions with you. Yes, it was so intense. I blew John Benny's poor little mind. He was not expecting to go where we went. Oh, but it was amazing, right? That's a once in a lifetime experience. Left abusive husband in 2018. Strong pull, but I have been second guessing as I lost everyone when I did. I know I needed to. Start trusting your intuition, trust your gut. See, the thing is our mind can lie to us because it's based on programs. And if those programs are based out of trauma or pain, then you're not going to be aligning with your highest good. And the heart can sometimes even fool us as well, So you've got to learn how to integrate the three together. Logical, following your heart, your passion, the things that you feel that fill that heart space, but then also that gut feeling, that intuition, when you feel it in your gut, when you get those red flags and you're like, I feel it in my gut, that is what you want to look for. That's that pull, like, I'm a little bit afraid to do this, but I feel like it's the right thing. That's that pull. It's when you have that little bit of fear, that little bit of anxiety, but you're like, I know this is what I need to do. But it's scary and I don't want to do it. But I know I gotta do it. But I don't want to do it. But I know I gotta do it. Kind of, push pull. Until you finally like, all right, I'm gonna freaking do it. And then you do it. And it's always like, once you finally get going, it's not so hard. You're like, man, I worked myself up for nothing. Perfect. Okay, so John Benny put his link tree up for anybody that wants to book. My mind is my own worst enemy. Me too, Michelle. I've battled with my mind my whole life. And that's probably why I got into the type of work I do. That's probably why I work with the mind, because I didn't want to be defeated by my own mind. I wanted to understand why I did the things I did, why I thought the way I did, why I acted the way I did, why I felt the way I did. I wanted to understand myself better. That's why I got into understanding and learning psychology and, just my nerdy self really was into like quantum physics and science and all of that. So I just kind of integrated all of that into what I do now with hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming. Basically, I work a lot in the subconscious realms, and it's helped me understand my own subconscious realms better. John Binney, thank you so much. Plan to contact you, Michelle. Dude, John Binney is amazing. You will not regret it. Like, his work is no joke. Yes. All right, 1:20. We still have 17 people in the chat. I mean, you guys want to talk about some more things? You want to discuss some more things about how the energies interact with the body? We can talk about how each one of the chakras can kind of communicate with you energetically. So the root chakra is going to be your foundation, your roots, where you feel safe, where you feel grounded. And that's also where you're going to be building that movement forward. So that's what you move forward, from, is that base foundation, the root chakra. So if you're holding like fear, shame, guilt, if you don't feel safe or like you have a home, or you have trouble like connecting with nature or feeling in your body, if you dissociate a lot, you could have issues with your root chakra. So energetically, how this can interact with your environment is you can find yourself in a lot of situations where you're fearful, where you're anxious, where you're kind of up in arms, where you're maybe feeling like out of place or like you don't belong. Okay, this can all be the root chakra and the energetic interactions with the root chakra, especially if it's out of balance. If your root chakra is balanced and open and expanded, you feel safe, you feel protected, you have no problem moving forward with starting new things. You have this fire that kind of drives you. You have energy, you have motivation. So this is kind of how you can tell the difference in your energy. Are you in, the energy of fear, shame, guilt, fear, or are you in the energy of, confidence, moving forward, building, growing, expanding, feeling safe, feeling protected, all of that. Thank you, Sarah. 122, 11, 7. 522, 122217. Okay, you guys doing some building, huh, with all them 22s. Some architect codes. Having trouble trusting in the future. Always anxious. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is where you hold all your creative energy, your creative expression, your creative force, and your sexual energy. So if that is out of balance, you could be hypersexual or have like no sexual energy at all. You could feel creatively blocked, or like you will feel uninspired or unmotivated or tired or heavy or weighed down, hyper emotional, like you have no control over your emotions. These are all signs of your sacral chakra being out of balance. If your sacral chakra is balanced, you'll feel very creatively productive. Like you can sit down and just create art. You'll have energy. You'll feel in tune with your body and with your sexuality. These are all things like when that energy is balanced, and you'll have ideas, inspirations, motivations constantly flowing to you as if you were just in the flow. Okay? When you get into the solar plexus, citrine and crazy lace agate help soothe change. Yes. And citrine is also good for abundance. So if you're trying to change into a more abundant energy, Michelle, I feel that you can create such a beautiful future. Sometimes when I stand next to certain people, my knees and legs go warm. It is a really strange sensation. Do you know why this happens? Thank you. Interesting. Are you highly empathic? Because if you're highly empathic, you could be absorbing some of their energy. And you may have an unconscious ability to begin grounding and transmuting that energy. So you might be a natural transmuter. That might be even part of your human design, where you just kind of sponge energy and begin just kind of naturally grounding it down. So if your feet and your legs start to vibrate, you could be just kind of essentially recycling that energy for them. But this could create problems for you as well if you're around too much energy, that you're not maintaining your own field. Because yes, you're grounding it, but if you're absorbing it quicker and in bigger doses than you can ground that energy, you're going to be carrying on the residual energy. So notice if when that happens, when you start feeling that sensation, if afterwards, if you start to feel heavy or weighed down or emotional or anxious in any way, pay attention to what you feel like after that happens. And notice if you feel like you're carrying energy that's not yours. And that will help you determine what's going on there. But I get the feeling that you could be pulling energy from them and then grounding it. So you may be a natural transmuter. I'm one of the 17, got here late, wanted to say hiya, heya ho. This is beautiful. Thank you, 221 Gypsy JJ. Thank you for being here. And 17 is, the destiny. So you are destined and aligned. You're in the right place, dear one. I am highly empathic, live in an apartment and can feel the anger from a little boy that has it rough next door. Okay. Yeah, so you may need to do some energetic boundaries just to keep your own sanity and your own energetic field clean and clear. There's different things you can do. It depends on kind of, your craft or your path. I tend to more align with a lot of witchcraft, so I use salt and crystals and wards and stuff like that. But it would kind of depend on what. But I would recommend getting some protection, building a boundary of protection in your apartment that will help protect you from that residual energy or that energy coming from next door, from outside of your apartment, from other people. Any crystal recommendations for Sacral Chakra? Yes, carnelian. So I've tried a few different Sacral Chakra crystals, but I'll tell you what, if you really want to get your energy juices flowing, your inspiration flowing, holy mackerel, like that, you want to, that carnelian, I feel like lit the fire in kind of that energy in that area. Yeah, so carnelian's the one. And you might feel, if you're not used to its energy, you might feel a little bit warm at first when you first start wearing it, but that's just because it's kind of going through the process of transmuting and transforming the energy. So carnelian really is great at transforming negative energy into positive energy, but it also helps like open you up to new ideas and inspiration. It works great with the sacral chakra, and it also kind of helps you balance your emotions. So if you're kind of emotionally explosive, carnelian's great for that. I think so. I need to be in nature to feel better. Yes, I do feel heavy afterwards. Yeah, so you're definitely pulling on their energy, and that's one of your body's way of telling you, hey, you are sponging energy from this person, and I'm grounding it as fast as I can, but it's, you need to be aware of if you still feel this energy afterwards. And if you do feel heavy and dense or emotional or triggered, there's grounding visualizations you can do. So one of the things I do is I visualize a cord dropping from the base of my spine, and then I imagine that cord going into the ground like an anchor sinking into the ground, and then I imagine that anchor sinking all the way down through like every layer of the earth. If you could imagine it going all the way to the very center of the planet, the very core of the planet, and then hooking into the core of the planet, anchoring into the core of the planet, and then I breathe the light of the planet, the light of Mother Earth. I breathe that light up that cord and into my body, and I bring that light all the way up my body. And then I push all the dense energy out on the out breath. And that's one of the ways that I will clear my energy when I feel like I'm picking up energy from other people that I don't like. And even when I'm on a live stream, you'll see me do it. I'll stop in the middle of talking and just go. That's kind of like my shortcut grounding, you know, like really I just need to ground and clear real quick because I'm picking up on something heavy or dense coming from somebody, you know. Yep, counselor is helping me to ground, clear, and protect. Perfect. She sounds like somebody that that is gonna help you a lot. Yeah. Gypsy JJ. Same as you. I mean, with salt, crystals, witchy boundaries. Okay, so I definitely recommend in going with some salt boundaries, building a crystal grid around your house. So, like, if you can do a grid, a corner, if you have corners or however that works, can help. And then you can also do wards. So, making wards, protection wards for your windows, your front door, bedroom windows. Anything like that. Yes, shungite really helps as well. Shungite infuses your aura with light, so it helps push out anything heavy or dense, and it helps repel negative energy from sticking to you. It's like dryer sheets for your aura. Sorry. Angie! Love and blessings to everyone. Witch Moon 73. Beautiful. An hour and 31 minutes. Thank you all for letting me ask and talk so much. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, and I haven't even gotten through the rest. Buddha, John, Binny, your lovely love brought me here. Good to see you. Beautiful. So when we're dealing with the heart, you're looking... Oh, wait, no, we skipped... Did we do the solar plexus? No, solar plexus. So the solar plexus is the energy center that holds your self-confidence, your self-esteem. So if you have low self-esteem, you have lack of confidence, lack of self-worth, this is all connected to the solar plexus. So when your solar plexus is balanced, you feel good about yourself. You feel confidence in yourself. You feel confidence in your power. So if you have abilities, you're not afraid to use your abilities. You don't feel like they're out of control. You don't feel like they're overwhelming. You are also in tune with your intuition, so you may have a stronger connection to that gut feeling and that intuition and that guidance, that pull, that sensation that pulls you. That would be more balanced. If you're not feeling or trusting your gut, you're locking up your gut, and that's creating blockages. So simply by trusting your gut, following your intuition can help open that space up more and strengthen that energy center. And that also, you know, is a lot of our joy, and that kind of that bliss energy comes from that space. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I hear a small child calling for me. Came in late, but hi, Alexandria Armstrong. Cornmeal works just as well as salt. Yes. Yes, you're right. And eggshells too, but they're not the best for inside of an apartment. Those are better for outdoors. Yeah, zero self-esteem. So solar plexus needs a little bit of work. And so a lot of the solar plexus is also connected to the inner child. So self-confidence, self-esteem. If you were ridiculed or bullied, or you didn't get attention, or, you know, anything, you didn't have that building up or that support system as a child, this can affect the solar plexus. So if you have a lot of inner child wounds, you could have gut health issues, you could have stomach problems, you could have stomach pains, inflammation, bloating, indigestion. This is all energy, ways that your body's saying that there's stuck energy in that space, and you need to work on clearing and healing that part of yourself so that that energy center can function properly and that part of your body can function properly. 1 2 3 4 1 0. It's 12:34. Your battery's only at 10%. Oh my gosh. Sunstone will help with that chakra. Yes, sunstone, tiger's eye, citrine. What are some other good solar plexus? Sunstone, tiger's eye, citrine. I'm like looking around at my crystals. I'm like, maybe one of them will make me think of... There's other ones, but yeah, you can Google that and figure that out. So the heart is the doorway to our past. That's also where we hold on to a lot of energy from our past, grief, loss, stuff from past relationships is all held within the heart. And this is also how we share and express our love. So how do we give and receive love to those around us? So if your heart is out of balance, you may be closed off to receiving love. You may feel lonely. You may feel as if you've been, betrayed, or you may have dealt with a lot of betrayal, so you could be holding some of that energy. And I can feel one of you guys, I know it's not just me, I know I have that in my heart too, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And my heart is healing too, you guys. It's a process. I'm aware of the pain. I know why it's there. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a process of working through the energy as it comes up in different ways, in different forms. I think that's also why the mirror came up as my object, because I'm having to use my environment, my interactions with other people in my environment, to mirror back at me the parts of myself that still need healing, so that I can complete the parts of myself that are still broken, so that my heart can feel complete, put back together again. So it's just a process of becoming aware of the parts that are still holding pain. I live dangerously at 10%. Well, honey calcite. Yes, honey calcite, correct. That is a good one. Mom, dad at 7 months, dad was an army drill sergeant. That sounds like a tough childhood. Yeah. I think that you definitely should do some work with John Binney, Michelle. I think that he'll help you a lot. So many of us are born into darkness, and we are here to grow and step into our power, our true gifts of light. Yes. And if you ever want to do like hypnosis or anything like that too, Michelle, if you're interested in that, talk to me, and we can schedule an appointment, okay? Get you on the schedule. Jansu, Jenny V-Box. I'm glad you made it. How have you been? I still haven't sent your package because I've just been so broke, and it's a heavy, heavy candle. But I have it, and I promise I'm going to send it. I swear. But I just moved, so that's part of my transition. I'm not in a lack mentality. I know this is just part of my transition. I am abundant. It's on its way to me right now. Amber, yes. Oh, yes, Fairy. I do mirror work most days, so healing, yeah. Mirror work helps. I had to do some mirror work, especially in the beginning of my self-love journey. Stand in front of a mirror and tell myself that I love myself when I really just wanted to, like, spit at myself. That's how bad it was for me. I had really deep self-hate, self-loathing, and it's taken a lot of work to get over that. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. It's a similar energy to the optical calcite, the mirror. That's beautiful synchronicity. Witch moon. Hi, Janice. Hi. Yes to hypnosis. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yes. So, you follow me on Instagram, Michelle Cole. Find me on Instagram, The Fascinating Fairy. Message me there, and we'll get you on the schedule, all right? And that goes for any of you guys if you want to get on the schedule. There is a link in the thing, but if you have any trouble using that booking tool, because I've had so many issues with that, I always just tell everybody, just send me a private message. I'll get you on the schedule. I'll help you. 73 is one of my numbers. Witch Moon 73. That's perfect. 37 is one of mine. Or Reiki, yeah. And if you're interested in doing some Reiki, Spirit Within Tahoe, Reverend Sarah Reeves does Reiki. So, Michelle, you've got options. You've got John Binney for the darkness clearing. Yours truly for hypnosis when you're ready. And then Sarah, if you're interested in Reiki. Thank you. John Binney put my Instagram in the link. Thank you so much. It's a great stone to use for deep self-reflection. I'm going to have to get me some of that. I've been doing a lot of that lately, and my depths are like a cosmic ocean. Like, there isn't an ocean that you could describe the depths of my unconscious, so I have to get really deep to do my healing. It's a great... Oh, I read that. Okay. Oh. Hey Jan, if you're still here, let me know how Adam is doing. Much love, Soul Tribe. Thank you, Fairy. So grateful. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it soon too, guys, because we're 1 hour and 40 minutes in. I feel overwhelmed, but in a good way. You are all so wonderful. Oh, I'm glad you found us. It's like family. So I guess I can get through the rest of the chakras before we call it. So we finished on the heart. Let's go into the third eye. So the third eye is connected to clarity as well as sight. Tuning in and seeing the subtle energies around you beyond, what maybe you're typically used to seeing, sensing, or feeling. So, when the third eye is blocked, you can get headaches, you can feel kind of heavy or foggy, you can have trouble making decisions, you can have trouble thinking straight, you can feel as if your mind is always full of chatter, so there's like you may have trouble focusing. When your third eye gets more balanced, you are able to see and feel and tune into the subtle vibrations of the room, so you may start to see energy in color or as like static or particles in the air. You may start to even see the vibrations or the frequency of those particles the more and more that third eye opens. It's also, as that third eye opens, it becomes like a human light, like an internal lie detector. So you may start picking up the subtle vibrations off another person as you're having a conversation with them. So the more and more that third eye is open, the more you can basically feel bullshit. You can feel when they're lying to you. And so when, that's out of balance, you may doubt those at times. So working on opening that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have visions, or you're going to see spirits, or, you're going to have all these experiences that you're not ready for. No. That doesn't necessarily mean that. There are people out there that are clairvoyant and that do have visions like me. But everybody, even though you all have psychic abilities, everybody's abilities are different, and not everybody is going to have visions and clairvoyance in, just like not every person can shoot hoops or, get a hole in one. Some people can, some people can't, but everybody can try. Everybody can hold a golf club in their hands and, hit the ball towards the hole, same with, or throw the ball towards the basket. So just keep that in mind with psychic abilities, and we'll go deeper in this. I don't want to go too deep into it because this is going to be our topic for next week. But everybody has abilities. If you're opening your third eye, it doesn't mean you're going to start having visions or astral projecting or seeing spirits or ghosts. You might, but what it's going to benefit you the most in every way, and this is why everybody should work on opening your third eye, is you will be able to tune into the subtle vibrations of the communications you have with other people, and that will help you in the long run because you're not being deceived. Deception can still happen even with your third eye open, but it's not as easy. You're more aware. You have that kind of that internal lie detector. Adam is doing amazing. He's really stepped up since I've been sick. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. He's a joy to be around. I am so glad that he is doing better. That is just makes my heart sing. I feel a lot of you ladies need kunzite. That's so awesome, Jan. I'm happy for you. So let's get to the crown chakra before we run out of time. It's getting late. I can't believe we still have 18 people in the chat. I'm so glad you guys are all here. So the crown chakra is connected to downloading information, receiving downloads. So if that's blocked off, you could have trouble feeling connected to source, feeling like you're not getting downloads. You could feel disconnected from your guides, your ancestors. So when that is balanced, my face is breaking out. When that is balanced, I'm still working on my solar plexus style self-consciousness. It's one of those shadows I'm healing. So let's get back to what I was talking about before I get too distracted. Crown chakra. When that is open and balanced, you're receiving the messages, you're feeling the energies as they're coming in, you're understanding the messages as they're coming in. So working on opening that will help you feel more connected to your guides, your ancestors, the communications you have with your higher self, your inner self, with your source. Visualization, visualizing it opening like a flower is a great way to help expand the crown chakra. I actually felt a little bit better today, first time in a while. It made Adam smile to hear that. Yay! Any specific suggestions for sleep meditation channels on YouTube? I like to use, I forget what it's called, Harmonies something. I like to listen to Tibetan bowls a lot, so I do like the sleeping bowls. They do like 10 hours. There's two that I do, and then one's just like water, and it has the Tibetan bowls like kind of quiet in the background. But they're like 10 hours long, so look for like black screen, 10 hours sleep music. And if you're looking for a specific frequency, like root chakra is 396 hertz. If you're looking at like solfeggio, I think solfeggio's is 396 hertz is the root. Sacral is 417. Solar plexus is 528 or 728 depending on which scale. Heart is 639. Throat chakras 852, I think. Or no, 639. 741 throat chakra. 852 third eye. 963 crown chakra. So those are the different solfeggio frequencies you can look up for the different chakras, and you can sleep, or you can get like one that has all 7. I've started with listening the Jason Stevenson. I haven't heard of that one. I like Locomotive's live meditation. I've listened to those as well. I've actually used some of those on my past meditations. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of the channel, but if you just search like black screen with like whatever frequency you want, then it'll pop up in the YouTube search. Yeah. So how many of you guys, let me know in the chat, how many of you guys have had experiences? Is there, actually, let me rephrase this. Is there anybody in the chat right now that has never had an experience that they could consider feeling energy or tuning into? Like, is there anybody in the chat here right now that hasn't had either, has never felt energy, I guess? Is there anybody here still, even those of you that have been throughout the meditation? I would like to know if there's any of you that have not gotten to that point yet where you can establish that connection. When I can't sleep, I listen to my 15,000 plus songs, all at 432 hertz, all high vibe. So John Binney's makes a new song every day, and you guys, the song that he wrote the other day that he posted, he did that in the session, like during the session. So that was recorded live during our session. And it was really powerful. So. All right, so I'm definitely starting to feel things slowing down a bit. We'll give it about 10 more minutes, guys. You were so nervous. Don't be nervous. I was really grateful for it. I really appreciate your explanations. I've picked up a bunch of powerful gnosis with love from you tonight. Aww. Blessings and holy angels for us all. Good night. Good night, Gypsy JJ, and thank you for stopping by. Try Jody Hatton's video for sleep. Interesting. I'll have to look that up, Pikram. Yeah. I'm just going to kind of sit back and relax while you guys throw whatever else you want to throw in the chat. So we'll close out right about the top of the hour. Let's talk about, I guess, next week's discussion and meditation. So we're going to do a third eye activation next week. So if any of you guys are interested in a light language activation meditation focusing on the third eye and kind of activating any innate or dormant. Hello, I'm late, but I'll watch the recording. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to close it out in about 10 minutes or so, Zara. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Do we have any homework for next week? Yes. So your homework for next week is, I want you guys to all write down one question that you'll have for me about either accessing your abilities or better becoming aware of what your ability might be. Okay, so we're focusing on everybody's unique psychic abilities, how they express themselves, different ways that you can start using or tapping into them, and then we'll also do an activation to help activate any dormant abilities for you guys. So that'll be next week's. Your homework for next week is to come up with one question. You only have to come up with one question connected to what you would want to ask me to better assist you with accessing or using your psychic abilities or becoming aware of them. So one question, that's all you guys got to think of. So come ready. Love you, Zara. Oh, it's magic. You know. Don't believe it ain't so. So much love. I'll stay. I'll be there. Perfect. Yeah, so next week will be a lot of fun. I'm excited about. I actually was going to do that topic for tonight, but then I decided I wanted to lay a base foundation of energy before we got into psychic abilities, because that really is the first level, the first kind of step to learning to use your abilities is understanding energy, because your connection and your relationship with energy is a huge part of using, accessing, and controlling your psychic abilities, so you don't become overwhelmed, so that you aren't. We lost. I was gone for a second there. Yeah. Lost my train of thought again. This is so bad. Hi, Zara. Love your thumbnail. Beautiful, beautiful. And just also keep in mind, you guys, if there's anything you want me to talk about or discuss in a live, leave a comment in the live stream, and it can be any live stream. It can be an old one or whatever. Just leave a comment in any video and be like, hey, I would love if you did a discussion on this topic. Okay? And I would love to hear your guys' requests for discussions. Every Friday, we're going to have a new topic, a new discussion, and a new meditation to help integrate whatever topic or discussion we're having. And then Tuesdays, join me live, 8 p.m. for Tarot Tuesday. And so that'll be a little bit different each Tuesday. And then I'm thinking about introducing some pendulum work into my Tarot Tuesdays, so maybe some yes or no questions along with that. And so I'm very excited. So I'll be seeing you guys 2 times a week from now on, as much as possible. And then be on the lookout for mine and Neil's song coming out soon with Portal to Ascension. And definitely check out his channel if you feel guided. There's lots of really awesome stuff. He's got panels and discussions all the time coming through. Some really deep esoteric stuff. If you're super into aliens like me, you're going to love his channel. And yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out that app, Ibble, there's a link for the Conscious Creator Circle discussion from last week. And that kind of goes into detail a little bit more about what Ibble is, and there's some information and links and stuff to connect with it. It's IBBLE. It's an app. It's a social media platform where there's like, you do like video replies, audio replies. It's really cool. I like it a lot. I thought it was pretty interesting. I haven't really done much on it yet, but I've only joined the app a couple days ago, or a few days. I guess it's been like 3 or 4 days by now. But yeah, if you do join the app, definitely find me, Fairy216, or the Fascinating Fairy. I think you can search either one and it'll come up. Yeah, and if any of you guys are feeling a little bit off or wonky, this morning we did have an M1 solar class. An M class solar flare. I can't talk. An M class solar flare and CME. And then we also had an impact that put us into G2 moderate geomagnetic storm conditions. So we had the R1 radio blackout minor, and then the G2 storm going on today. So if a lot of you guys are feeling tired or overwhelmed or anxious or just like kind of out of it or off, there has been a significant amount of energy, and that's going to continue over the next 24 to 48 hours, as we're expecting that impact coming in about a day or so, probably by tomorrow evening from the M-class flare. So the CME impact probably, by tomorrow evening, and then you have the coronal hole stream impacting right after that. If the impact at the same time, I think the coronal hole stream may absorb the CME, but it's hard to tell. Just be easy on yourselves over the next couple days. Know that the energy is going to be a bit wild. You might feel a little bit wired. If you have certain conditions, seizures, autoimmune conditions, you may notice that they're flaring up. Neurological conditions or heart conditions, you may notice also are flaring up because of the energies. And if you ever, want to check, go to the SWPC. It's like SWPC space weather something, spaceweathernews.com. Go to spaceweathernews.com and or the SWPC, and you can find all the different graphs and instruments that kind of show you what's going on with the solar weather. So if you ever feel off and you're like, oh, why do I feel off? And you're like, oh, it's a G2 solar storm, maybe that's why I feel off. And I'll try my best to keep you guys updated on the energy as it comes in. So by Tuesday, I'll let you guys kind of know how the integration of these solar storms and instabilities, geomagnetic instabilities have been. Until then, just leave a message in the chat or hit me up on Instagram. You guys know where to find me. And I'll see you all on Tuesday, if not before. Just keep in mind that it is Pacific time, so 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Tarot Tuesday. And then same for Fridays. For Fairy Fridays, we'll do chats and meditations. And I look forward to seeing you guys more often and just being around more for you all and connecting with you. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and be on the lookout in the meantime for the song and the video of mine and John Binney's session. All right. Good night, everyone. I love you all. Blessings.